the keys are to the glory days at the stick. From who's got it better than us to brick by brick. It's always the 49ers way, from off-season to game day. Yeah, we talk back. It's the 49ers Cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time. Welcome to the show. Time to talk about an offensive battle that's going to be exciting to watch because it's for the swing tackle position for the San Francisco 49ers. And because of players like Trent Williams and Colt McKivitz, this becomes a very interesting battle. Because when Trent Williams can't play, you have to have a capable body willing to step in there and give you good reps. You're not going to get Trent Williams reps. You are definitely going to take a step back, but you have to have somebody that can man the ship, that can make sure you don't take on water as an offensive line. And we've seen Jaylon Moore do that last year with against the Denver Broncos. It was an absolute struggle. His reps weren't very good. He looked unprepared, and it made people question his ability. Came back the next week, started, and did a lot better against the Rams. So Jaylon Moore is a guy the 49ers definitely believe in. They drafted him in the 5th round of the 2021 NFL draft. He's drafted in the same draft where they got starting left guard Aaron Banks. And I think they believe in Moore because of his athletic ability. The guy's tremendously athletic, playing basketball all throughout growing up. You can see that athleticism on display. He's 6'4", 311 pounds. Fits what the 49ers and Chris Foerster look for in their offensive linemen. Athletic players who can use leverage to be able to get people to move at the point of attack, but also have that ability to get to the second level and make blocks on linebackers, to get down the field and make big plays in the outside zone or on screen plays. That's what Jaylon Moore is built for. Now, have we seen him be able to produce those things at a high level right now? No. And insert a guy like Matt Pryor that has a tremendous amount of a veteran ability. He's been in this league for a while, and he has way more snaps than Jaylon Moore. Where Moore is 6'4", 311, and built for athleticism, Pryor is 6'7", over 330 pounds, and built to move people. Now, Pryor has been around, and he's played a few different positions, including logging snaps at right tackle, left guard in the NFL. He played left guard for Philadelphia in 2020 and left tackle for Indianapolis in 2021. So he's also started a lot of games in his career. He started 24 games to Jaylon Moore's 5. So the experience is definitely on the side of Matt Pryor. What I think is interesting, though, is this is a battle between two guys that, the 49ers see in different ways, but also have the ability to produce the same sort of thing for them. Consistent play from the tackle position. With Matt Pryor, he has that veteran leadership that, hey, just in case Colt McKivitz has some struggles or goes down, Pryor can step in. I think there's less confidence in that right now in Jaylon Moore. We just haven't seen it consistent enough. That's why this is becoming a real battle. Having a swing tackle that can step in and play those positions is very important. Before, you always had the fallback plan of Daniel Brunskill. Oh, Jaylon Moore's not going to work out. He's struggling. We can go Daniel Brunskill and he'll get it done. But the 49ers can't afford that now. Brunskill's not here. They went with more of a guy inside that can move around in John Feliciano. So that means it comes down to Moore, Pryor, and maybe a couple of other guys like Leroy Watson who could throw his name into the ring and compete at the swing tackle spot as well. But Moore and Pryor are the most likely. Both players have good technique. Both players can play well enough to be that swing tackle. I think if you're looking at it from a ability standpoint, Moore's got more athleticism, which means he probably fits this 49ers scheme a little bit better than Pryor. But Pryor gets movement on the offensive line. He moves defensive tackles and gets movement. I think that's one of the things that I want to see from Jaylon Moore. Even though Moore's athleticism is on display and he does a pretty good job with it, I question whether he can consistently move defensive players from the point of attack and create space for the 49ers to be able to run the football. I think he can get better at at blocking and using his abilities in the pass game as well. His pass sets are decent, but he can get somewhat bullied. Being able to anchor is going to be important for Moore. So which Jaylon Moore are we going to get? Are we going to get the Jaylon Moore that struggled against Denver, or are we going to get the Jaylon Moore that played really well against the Rams? Now, is it a top 10 excellent performance? No, but you can see that when he's prepared and understands what he's supposed to do, he's a capable tackle in this league. Pryor's already proven to be capable. So Moore beating out Pryor would be huge for the 49ers. It means Moore's taking a step forward and he understands what's needed of him. He definitely looks comfortable when he's playing left tackle with as far as the movements and using his left foot to go back first. Those are things that some players struggle with, but Moore doesn't. I think one question mark's going to be ultimately, what does Chris Foerster decide? Does Chris Foerster decide that he wants to have a left tackle and a right tackle backup and they keep 9 offensive linemen? That could potentially be the case. But I think the 49ers are going to have this battle come down to one of these players makes the team. If I had a choice, I would keep both. But that might not be a luxury the 49ers are allowed to have. You have players like Nick Sakel and Jason Poe on the interior. You have John Feliciano, who's definitely going to be a backup because he plays center and guard. So being able to carve out a roster spot for 2 offensive tackles may not be the way the 49ers are able to go. So who wins it? The veteran who's big, who can move people at the point of attack, who's got a lot of experience and started over 24 games, or Jaylon Moore, who's been with the team since 2021 and worked with Chris Foerster his entire time in the league and looks good one minute and struggles the next. I think it's going to be an interesting battle in training camp, and I'm looking forward to see who wins. I think it's a little bit of a contrast in styles, and I think the question marks go like this. If Matt Pryor can prove that he can get to the second level and then hold up in the pass game against players like Nick Bosa, Drake Jackson, and Cleveland Farrell, then he's going to have a real good shot to make this team. With Jaylon Moore, he has to prove he can anchor, and he has to be consistent with his reps. If he's consistent, his athleticism should allow him to overtake Matt Pryor in the run game. Should allow him to excel and look very good in the screen game, which is very important to the 49ers with wide receiver screens and the addition of Christian McCaffrey with running back screens. Those things are all in the wheelhouse of Jaylon Moore. So Jaylon Moore has to excel at the things that he does well, all the while beating out Matt Pryor, who's coming on. Moore has the advantage. He knows the offense. He knows the coach. He understands what the expectations are. But Matt Pryor's a savvy veteran who understands what it takes to play at the NFL level. It's going to be a fun competition between these 2 tackles to see who is the swing tackle. And all the while, it could end up being a triple threat if Leroy Watson proves that he's got the strength to come in there and get it done. And Leroy Watson is translating from playing tight end at University of Texas San Antonio, where he was teammate with Spencer Burford, to playing tackle in the NFL. He had the entire year last year to get bigger, to get faster, to get stronger. He did. He's already coming with athleticism as being a former tight end. Now he's over 300 pounds and he can move. He has 35-inch arms. The question is, how quickly can he get the techniques down as far as pass blocking? Sure, he pretty much has the basic techniques for how to run block playing inline tight end in college. So this is a translation to how quickly can he get the pass protection down. If he can get it done at a high level, then he might throw his hat into the ring and be able to compete with Jaylon Moore. And with the athleticism and size of Leroy Watson, he could beat both of them. So it's going to be a fun conversation and a fun thing to watch all throughout training camp between these individuals. Jaylon Moore, Matt Pryor, and maybe even Leroy Watson. It's going to be a fun time. I'm going to look forward to watching this out at training camp. Be more updates coming on this battle and so many more. If you're looking to watch the training camp battles, I have a playlist you can watch right here on YouTube of all the training camp battles that are going to be going on. More videos will be coming your way. And of course, training camp content will be coming your way in no time. A brand new episode of The Ant Hill Show is available over on Patreon. Go check that out. We get into quarterback talk, tight end talk, and a few other conversations as well. You can catch full episodes of Ant Hill and Slightly Offsides with me and Horse over on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate all the support. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, stay safe. And remember, the right way is always the 49ers.